Imagine a surprise $1,000 lands in your lap. Maybe it is a bonus at work or a tax refund. It feels light. It feels like fun money. And somehow it is completely gone by the end of the weekend. But if your boss hands you that exact same $1,000 and calls it your regular salary, you hold on to it. You guard it. You put it in savings. It is the exact same $1,000. Mathematically, nothing is different. Yet the psychological weight of how it arrived dictates completely contradictory behavior. This behavior is the byproduct of a hidden, subconscious filing system running in the background of your brain. Mapping these internal accounts allows you to see your money as it actually is, a single, unified, logical tool. Here is the core economic reality. Money has no labels. A dollar bill has no memory of where it came from, and it has no fixed destiny for what it should buy. Economist Richard Thaler gave a name to our refusal to accept this reality. He called it mental accounting. It is the cognitive error where we sort identical money into invisible categories. Your brain combats the labelless reality of cash by forcing those identical dollars into strict cognitive jars. You create a rent jar, a groceries jar, and a fun jar. Because these mental jars feel like they cannot mix, your brain projects entirely distinct behavioral rules onto them. You treat money in the fun jar as expendable, even though every single dollar across all those jars is completely interchangeable. This leads to the source illusion. Cash that arrives easily goes straight into a house money jar. Think of casino winnings or a surprise gift. Because it didn't cost you anything to get, your spending inhibitions drop and you spend it freely. Contrast that with cash you earn through grueling hours at your job. That money goes into a guarded mental jar. The exact same denomination of money faces two different fates, decided entirely by its origin story. You can see this exact logic in the tax refund trap. Objectively, a tax refund is your own withheld income. It is money you earned, finally being returned to you. Yet your brain mislabels the refund as a windfall. It feels like a gift from the government. So you take those exact same dollars you painstakingly earned all year and you splurge them, all because they arrived via a different delivery method. This mental filing system also warps mathematical value through relative thinking. If you want a $20 gadget, you will happily drive across town to buy it on sale for $15. You saved $5. This chart shows how that $5 unit shrinks in your mind when placed next to a $500 sofa. You likely wouldn't cross the street to save $5 on that large purchase. The $5 is mathematically identical, but your brain only feels its value relative to the price tag next to it. Credit cards exploit this system by decoupling the pain of paying from the joy of purchasing. Paying with plastic places the debt into a later mental jar, making the money feel less real and the spending hurt much less in the moment. This same filing system prevents you from abandoning broken projects or unused gym memberships. We call this clinging to a sunk cost. Letting go means you have to close a losing account jar in your head, which forces your brain to actively feel the loss. Budgeting jars can certainly create discipline, but the cognitive illusion goes too far when you rack up credit card debt in one category while hoarding cash in another. The money feels like it isn't allowed to move, turning a helpful budgeting tool into a financial cage. The result of this hidden system is a cycle of spending windfalls that could have cleared debt or built an emergency fund, and letting the story of where money came from overrule actual financial goals. The psychological antidote to this trap is a concept called fungibility. Fungible simply means that every single dollar is absolutely identical and interchangeable, regardless of its source or what jar it sits in. To counter the bias, apply the hours test to your next set-in windfall. When that bonus lands, ask yourself how many work hours it would actually take to earn that exact amount at your regular wage. This test challenges the found money illusion by connecting those dollars to the physical reality of your labor, helping you route the cash toward your actual priorities. You need to shift your conceptual model. Stop looking at your finances as a drawer full of disconnected jars. See it as a single, unified pool of resources, where a full savings jar can easily flow over and rescue a drowning debt jar. Try this concrete practice for your next windfall. before you spend a single cent on fun, automatically route a fixed percentage straight toward your debt or your savings. This habit retrains your brain to recognize all dollars as your own personal property, overriding the narrative of where the money walked in from. So keep one memorable question in mind for the week. Would you treat this money the same way if it had come directly from your paycheck? Next time, we will explore another financial blind spot, the psychology of debt, and why we so often ignore exactly what scares us. Subscribe so you don't miss it.